They say if you want to build a future you love, you have to be willing to work for it now. And it sounds so simple. But lately I've been working way too much and I needed a little reset. Today is a full studio day. Sketching, continuing an unfinished artwork and taking one more step towards the dream of doing this full time. These kind of days in the studio feel like luxury because the reality of building a career as a creative is, well, complicated. The truth is, I still need my part-time job to stay financially stable right now. But that also means almost every single hour of my free time goes into my own work. Even though I mostly film these little snippets from the studio and nature around me, in reality I haven't had a day off in 3 weeks. Sometimes I work 60 hours a week and my days are a constant battle with exhaustion. When I'm talking about my own work, I'm not only talking about painting, it's the fun part. But I'm also talking about all kind of admin stuff that's not really visible here. It takes so much time, and yet I always feel like I'm so much behind in everything. There are so many things I need to get done, and I feel like I'm constantly running out of time. I still haven't updated my website. I haven't found a gallery space for my new exhibition project. I haven't updated Instagram for ages, and I'm having a bit of rough time with keeping up with all the messages and comments. And I'm so sorry about that. I always read every single one of them, and I really appreciate you taking your time to write them. I know this is not a sustainable pace for me, but there's nothing I've ever wanted this bad as becoming a full-time artist and creator. I want to build a future on my own terms and I want to be in control of my time. But right now the reality is very far from a glamorous artist's life. I'm working towards a simple life, but there's really nothing slow and simple about my reality right now. My dream of a small house in the countryside, my own studio, and the freedom to decide my own hours feels so close, yet so far. Don't get me wrong, I really love what I do, and this kind of long hours and hard work is my choice. I do realize that I can't keep going without any breaks, so I'm taking 3 full days off next week. I've seen so much progress lately. My sales are up and I can feel the growth. But there is this lingering fear that if I slow down, I might lose the momentum. I know it's a silly fear, but that's just how I feel. I try to remind myself there is only so much I can do, and I'm already doing the best I can. These small breaks in my days remind me to take a deep breath, slow down a bit. and I think Rölli has already mastered that skill. When I had calmed down and stopped panicking about all the things on my to-do list, I wanted to take this new fellow to the living room so I could get to know it better. This one is still unfinished because I totally ran out of energy with it. I'm sensing some goofiness, fast-paced rhythm and loud noises on this fellow. And I wonder where it will take us. It was getting late, but there was still something I really wanted to do. These little experiments had dried out and I could finally remove the tape. I usually don't use tape on paper artworks, but it is so much easier to work on multiple things simultaneously when you can just simply move the board when you need space. I've been enjoying these paper experiments so much that I wanted to share them with you. I'm listing these original sketches on my fourth wall shop at a more accessible price point. So if you'd like to own a small piece of my process and support my journey towards becoming a full-time artist, you can find them through the links down below. There's a little bit of golden paint on these sketches. I don't use it that often, but I quite enjoyed using it with all these greens and blues. I really like making multiple sketches with the same color palette, because the way they blend on paper turns something very straightforward into a series of unpredictable events. This was such a fun little series, and I think I want to play with these smaller experiments a bit more in the future. But for now, it is a good time to leave the studio for a while and get some fresh air. It is almost 8 p.m. and it's still very warm and bright. It finally feels like summer. Even though I've been working way too much lately, these bright and warm summer evenings by the river makes me feel like everything is possible. When the swallows soar across the night sky and the air is fresh, it feels like I could fly too, just for a moment. I have a dream, and tomorrow I'll be one step closer to making it real.